How did your dad lose his custody rights? For years, I had my daughter Lila every other week. She was 8, and we had this perfect routine where we'd cook pancakes on Saturday mornings and take my dog Rusty to the park. Rusty was this giant golden retriever who wouldn't hurt a fly. Kids would climb all over him and he'd just wag his tail. One Monday morning, my phone rang while I was getting ready for work. It was Child Protective Services. My stomach dropped before the woman even spoke. "Mr. Williams, we need to discuss an incident involving your daughter and your dog," she said. "There's been a report of bite wounds." I almost laughed. "That's impossible. Rusty doesn't bite. Lila was with me all weekend and she was fine. We have photos from urgent care showing significant injuries to her arms. Until we investigate, your visits are suspended." I sat down hard on my couch. Lila had been perfectly fine when her mom picked her up Sunday night. We'd spent the whole day playing in the backyard, making s'mores, watching movies. Not a scratch on her. The next morning, I got the full report. According to my ex-wife, Amy, Lila had come home Sunday night and told her that Rusty had attacked her during our visit. The urgent care photos showed bandaged arms with what looked like bite marks and bruising, but something felt wrong. I called Lila's school to ask if they'd noticed any injuries, but they said they couldn't discuss an active investigation. I tried calling Amy directly, but she wouldn't answer. For 3 weeks, I sat in my apartment going crazy. Rusty would lay his head on my lap like he knew something was wrong. I kept replaying the weekend over and over, trying to figure out what I'd missed, but there was nothing. Lila had been laughing and happy the entire time. My lawyer finally dug up something strange. Mrs. Henderson next door had called the police to report that she'd seen Lila playing normally in my backyard on Sunday afternoon. She specifically mentioned how gentle Rusty was being with her. Even weirder, when my lawyer got the medical records, the urgent care doctor had written that the wounds were inconsistent with canine bite patterns and appeared to be friction burns or self-inflicted scratches. At the court hearing 6 weeks later, everything came out. Amy had coached Lila to lie about the dog attack. She'd used a piece of Velcro to scrape up Lila's arms, then taken photos with specific lighting to make old playground scratches look fresh and severe. The reason? Amy had started dating some guy named Trevor who didn't want another man's kid around. She wanted me completely out of the picture so they could play happy family. When the judge asked Lila directly what happened, she broke down crying and admitted her mom made her say Rusty bit her. She said Amy told her it was just a little lie that would make everyone happier. The judge dismissed all charges against me, but the damage was done. I'd missed 6 months of Lila's life. She'd been confused and scared, wondering why Daddy suddenly disappeared. The court said too much emotional trauma had occurred for an immediate return to our old schedule. I got reduced to supervised visits twice a week while Lila slowly remembered that I wasn't the bad guy. It took almost a year to get back to overnight visits, and even now, 3 years later, she still sometimes asks if I'm going to disappear again. Amy got full custody anyway because the judge said Lila needed stability after all the manipulation. Trevor moved in 2 months later.